Alright, what's going on, guys? Chili Games back again with a game in the Skillkaku, and this is going to be a solo warrior uh, gameplay. I guess it was solo warrior, but the warrior part really isn't part of it. We won solo against 4 enemy ships, and it has been a minute. I have not been able to put videos out consistently, but we are entering into kind of final season. This last semester for me only has like 2 more weeks technically, and it's getting super busy. And I know I made a video, you know, carriers suck, are they boring to play? Like, so Chili, Chris, like, why are you playing carriers? And it's like, to be honest, there just really isn't much else to play right now. You know, Arena is terrible. I've played maybe 3 games of it. I just wanted to get the participation stuff or whatever. I might go for like maybe top 10% just to get the commendation or something, but I heavily dislike the game or the game mode, and you know, the developers, and they have admitted that it's not going as intended, and you know, honestly, that happens. You know, certain things happens. I don't know who made that decision to make it kills, you know, but honestly, this is very good for growth when you have a lot of people giving the same consistent feedback and they know it's bad, because the only way that you truly grow, and I really truly believe this, is when you are failing at something and if you can learn from that mistake. So I definitely think they're going to learn from this, and it will help us move forward in the game. So got a torp strike on that DD. Honestly, torpedoing destroyers is quite hilarious. The bombs are a little bit terrible. Like, actually, maybe a lot of bit terrible. Most of the times, and you'll see it here in this game, when you drop some bombs on destroyers, most of the time you will get incapacitations, which really sucks. And I'm trying to stay away from this Atlanta AA. And if you're looking for top tier carrier gameplay, this definitely isn't it. This was before they buffed the XP as well. So actually, I think this was the first or second day that I had carrier. So this gameplay is actually about a week old. So XP has changed, and I believe I'm definitely better at playing them now. I at least know a little bit more about what to do, how to drop, all that kind of stuff. And you will see me struggle here, definitely to drop, especially on this left side of the map. One of my favorite things to do, and I don't think I do it right here, but the fighter consumable, basically you just drop them over, and what happens is, if the enemy planes walk into that fighter little bubble, then they get shredded. That's honestly the funniest part about carriers, because it's just kind of saying a big F you to the enemy carrier. It is actually hilarious when you just see, like, the planes get shot down instantly. It's hilarious. 3 torp strikes on Ochakov. Nothing he can do there. The biggest thing that I will say about carriers is you do really want to target these cruisers like this, especially when they're behind islands. And I'm not sure why I went for bombers here. I should have just gone for torps and tried to kill them. But again, you'll see me screw up a good bit here. Launch it too early, and as you see, the timer is going back, keep reversing. We're not going to get this strike off, and it's upsetting. Oh, we do actually. Not the best though. Decent. I should have gone for torps. That would have been a dead Ochakov. But you can hit, if you hit all 3 torps with the Skillkaku against a cruiser, you're easily taking at least 18-20,000 off of them, which is a lot of HP for a cruiser. I mean, especially tier 6 cruisers that can't heal any of that, that's a lot of HP. And there's going to be a lot of times during the game where cruisers only have less than 20k HP, so it's like, oh, if you see a cruiser under half health and he is in an easier place to be dropped, go for it, man. I mean, just go for it, he's dead. And I was trying to decide here what I wanted to go for. And I was like, you know what, let's just go ahead and get this Nagato out here. It'll help our guy A push a little bit faster. So, man, it has been a while, guys. I honestly am debating. I was debating streaming today, but I was like, you know what, I'd rather just get this gameplay out here while I do. And I've just been in a weird spot lately with, you know, not using my time as wise as possible. And it's kind of starting to eat at me, and I think it's because I'm really stressed about school and everything, and kind of stressed about not getting like the gameplays and the time to play, and I don't know. It's just it's been a really weird time for me, and we're doing okay. But honestly, I decided to record this video because kind of helps me escape and actually make me feel like I'm doing something. I'm probably going to shy away from streaming the next 2 weeks just because when I stream, I like to stream for like more than 3 hours, and they usually go into like 5 hours, and I do have that kind of time, I guess, but I don't know, I just don't need to be spending that much time right now on this, and it's kind of upsetting, but you know, if we can just nail down this time right now with school, we'll have all the time in the world to bring content. So I'm not going to stress over it, I'm not going to psych myself out too much. And I hope you guys understand. Trust me, I want to be with you guys and play the game. So we do actually, again here, we are just in bad spots with the carrier. We're coming at these guys in very awkward angles, and we're not taking advantage of the best possible drops. And this is something that I've got significantly better at as I've played carriers over the last couple days. And you'll see here how I tried to go for the shot against the Lexington because he was super hurt, but I saw that my planes were getting shredded super quickly, so I would not have gotten that drop off, so that was kind of a waste of planes. But something that is weird with carriers is you do have the most speed on the map by far, 160 knots, going full speed. So the thing that I've really noticed with myself is just to be a little bit more patient, especially kind of, I'm trying to come across this Kanazen out here, but this is actually a pretty decent strike here. But I should have gone more to his right, so I could have gotten more of his broadside, but I think it works out decently here. But you see how he's turning in? This is just kind of a bad strike. If I was more broadside to him before I started that attack, I would have gotten a much better strike off, and he actually dodges, so you are very fast, but be patient. All you got to do is just spend like 5 more seconds going further and then making the drops count, because to be effective in most carrier games, you have to do damage. And what I mean by that is you have to make precise strikes. You know, the game that I posted in the Lexington, we had good damage, but we really only made like 4 significant strikes to do that damage. And what I mean by that is you have torpedoes, you have bombs. What you're looking for is flooding and fires. If you can secure permanent fires, permanent floods, you know, you can do a permanent flood can easily do 60,000 damage to a ship that doesn't have a damage con. And I'm really upset because I had a game in the Skillkaku yesterday where I put a fire on a Yamato and he used his damage con, and I came back for the torpedo strike. I was not patient enough. I came from behind him and I ended up missing the torpedo strike, which if I would have gotten a full strike off on him, that was probably going to be a flood for sure. And I was very upset, and I see that I'm getting shot by AA here going for the Akazuki. This is going to be a nice little look at how the bombs can really let you down a good bit. I'm pretty confident this is a pretty good strike here. But you see he's drifting to the right. I didn't aim the best. We just get an incapacitation and 3 defends there. So not terrible. That actually will help us win the game because it does reset the C cap. But as you can see, since the game is so very passive, and I just don't know, this is what I was kind of posting about in that poll that I posted, like, do carriers make the game more passive? And I was really focusing on higher tiers, because I don't really mess around with the low tier carriers. I just don't think they're that much fun. The games are very, very passive at tier 7. I mean, it's almost, you have planes that can fly 160 knots, and even then you can struggle to get to places to do significant damage to targets, just because people are either all grouped up in the same square, or, you know, I mean, we have a DD that is smoked up behind a Vanguard with B cap not captured. You know, the level of play has decreased by about 50%. People, it's like carriers got introduced and people have no idea what game they're playing anymore. It's carriers get introduced and people are playing like Call of Duty and just running around the map and just camping, even worse than it was. It's just weird, you know. Domination is just god awful right now, and it's kind of, I don't know, I really haven't been playing much other things than carriers, to be honest, just because, like, it's just, the gameplay across the board is just not not that fun right now, especially when you get into carrier games. It's just really weird. Do I think carriers are bad for the game? Overall, I think yes. I just don't think the player base will ever be able to figure it out. I don't, not to say that console players are stupid, because we're obviously not. But Legends just wasn't really built for this, in my opinion, and with carriers just kind of being thrown in here, like tier 7 carriers without a test event, there's a lot of things that are just not good. And, you know, carriers came into the game without spotting ribbons, without spotting damage. It just feels very rushed, and I would like to say that it's going to get better, but, you know, there is talks about maybe nerfing the AA on certain ships, and if they nerf AA, it could easily kill the game for the other classes, because the way it is now, basically, you can get a strike off on any ship that you want, no matter what their AA rating is. Now, are you going to lose a lot of planes? Yes, but if all you need to do, let's say there's a Jean Bart with 100 AA, and the Jean Bart doesn't have damage control. Even though he has 100 AA, I can still fly planes into his AA bubble, get a torpedo strike off, and hit a permanent flood. And it's just, you know, what's the point of 100 AA if there's no, like, ships with no fly zones? Basically, in my opinion, if anyone's AA rating is above 90, you should not get a strike off. There should be a kind of skill gap to say, like, yeah, you can't attack that target unless he has been whittled down his AA, I mean. And I don't know, if they nerf AA, it's going to be even worse, and it's going to guarantee more times where you can get double strikes off, because basically what you're seeing here is most of the time I am taking a strike, calling my planes back, and because I won't get that second strike off. And you see we're actually pretty low on planes, and this is also me being a little bit of an idiot and not making the best choices with my planes and all that kind of stuff. So you can mitigate that pretty well. And this game is actually very close, and this is where it comes down to it. Our enemy, I think it's a Suzuya, or our friendly Suzuya, is actually being killed for some reason. I'm not sure how he's getting himself killed out there, but basically we have to kill this Gneisenau now, and we really don't have as many planes to do it with. We're trying to make the best strikes here. We get a decent shot on that guy there. Only 2 hits. 3 hits would have killed him for sure. And as the time is running down, we have literally 2 planes left. in this squadron. Comes down to a 1v4. Gneisenau is basically stationary, and there's only, what, like 17 seconds left. All we need to do here is get this strike off. There's no way he's going to kill all of our planes here. I do think he kills both of us. Or he kills... No, we actually get both planes off. Anyways, coming down to the last 5 seconds of the game, so the torpedoes are off, and the Gneisenau goes down, and we have secured the Solo Warrior. Invigorating gameplay. I probably rambled a good bit in this, and I apologize for that, but I love you guys. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. And if you do like the content, subscribe. And I hope to get more content out for you guys. But that is it for today. MVP Solo Warrior Skillkaku, not too bad. And that's going to be it. Take it easy, guys. I will see y'all next time. Peace.